If it feels like every time you go to the doctor, your doctor's just pushing pills on you. My doctor just wants to push birth control on me. My doctor just wants to push spironolactone on me for my acne. My doctor just wants to throw me on a GLP-1. My doctor just wants to push pills on me. That's literally their job. And I say this with so much love and understanding truly of what it's like going to the doctor. For me, I had horrible period cramps, face full of acne. They were like, cool, birth control, right? I'm not going to get mad at them for that. I had a horrible experience on birth control. Why am I going to get mad at them about prescribing me birth control when that's literally their job? Like, I went to the sushi restaurant, and the sushi restaurant can only give you sushi. And the sooner you realize this, you will have such an easier time navigating through the medical system. The sushi restaurant can only give you sushi. So you can demand Indian food, but they can only give you sushi. I'll make a TikTok video on why magnesium is important for your hormones, your bone health, reducing your risk of osteoporosis, for mental health. Like magnesium, right? One of the magnesium glycinate, incredibly safe supplement. 99% of people will do very well with it. Obviously not medical advice, right? And people will be in my comment section saying, well, you're not a doctor. Why are you giving medical advice? You're not a doctor. My doctor should have told me about this. I'm sorry. I say this with the utmost amount of disrespect, actually. Do you really think your doctor is going to sit there and educate you about the importance of magnesium, the importance of, unless you're seeing a holistic doctor? Do you think your endocrinologist who's seeing 50 patients a day, because we have an insurance-based medical system, and it's the insurance-based medical system that screws everything up, by the way. That's why your doctor only has 10 minutes, 15 minutes, if that, to talk to you. Do you really think in 15 minutes they have the time to educate you on magnesium, fiber, protein, strength training, stress management, light exposure, circadian rhythms, sleep? Like, when I'm working with people as a nutritional therapist, I have 90-minute consults with people. And even in 90 minutes, I feel like it's not enough time sometimes. So it's just not going to happen. If you go to a sushi restaurant, they can only give you sushi. If you sit there demanding Indian food, they can't give you Indian food anyway. The average doctor has less than 20 hours of nutrition training. That doesn't make them bad or wrong. It just means that sushi restaurant can give you sushi, pills, surgery, topical treatments. They don't have the capacity, even if they wanted to, even if they could, they're not going to sit there and educate you on nutrition, fiber, not because they don't want to, because we have we call it a broken system. I think we need to stop saying that. It was very intentionally designed this way. Something can't be broken if it was designed this way. As someone who's been dealing with chronic health issues since I was 5 years old, I've had chronic gut issues, period cramps that made me pass out, throw up, acne for 10 years, half of my hair fell out, developed thyroid issues. And guess what? I don't take this passive approach to my health of like, let me just wait around for my doctor to educate me. It's your responsibility to educate yourself. Sorry, we live in the age of information. In the age of information, ignorance is a choice. I will double, triple, quadruple down on that take. You could look up books on thyroid health. Dr. Isabella Wentz, she has a free blog of thousands and thousands of free blog posts where you can learn about thyroid. You could learn all about holistic thyroid health. She has a book called The Root Cause. She has a free podcast. You could go into Spotify right now, whatever health condition you're dealing with. You could type in POTS holistic health tips, and you could find some functional medicine doctor sharing tips that are free. Like, that information is so readily available, so accessible. It's not your doctor's job in a 15-minute doctor's visit to educate you on nutrition and holistic health of how to actually get to the root cause of your health condition. And if you're getting pissed every time you go to the doctor because they're just pushing pills on you, keep in mind they are doing their job, and you are going to a sushi restaurant literally demanding Indian food, and they can't give you Indian food no matter how much you demand it. And the good news is there's thousands of Indian food restaurants. I am an Indian food restaurant as a nutritional therapist. I have an entire online practice where I work with people one-on-one. You don't have to work with me. There are so many naturopathic doctors, functional medicine doctors, health coaches, holistic providers out there that you can work with virtually. If you don't have the resources for that, because I get it, I pay for health insurance too. I would much rather those things be covered by insurance, but they're not. You typically have to look outside of the medical system. If you don't I didn't have the resources for that when I first started my health journey. I was waiting tables, making $3.25 an hour in college, paying my way through school, 18 credit hours, broke as a joke. And I think like being resourceful is just as important as access to resources. Podcasts, books from the library, doing anything I could to educate myself and learn about health. At that point in my health journey, the only grocery store I had access to was Aldi. And I went to Aldi, I got the grass-fed beef, any organic produce I could find, and I made progress with very few resources. I actually didn't even have health insurance during that time. I almost went the holistic route because like a huge reason I went the holistic route is because I didn't even have access to healthcare for a very long portion of my health journey. I don't believe our medical system is broken. I think it was very intentionally designed this way. Insurance-based medical system, doctors seeing 50 patients and only having 10 minutes to talk to you. Yeah, they are going to prescribe pills and surgery and topicals and all of those things, and they're not going to help you get to your root cause. Not because they're bad or mean or wrong or withholding information from you, because they're a sushi restaurant and the sushi restaurant can only give you sushi. The sushi restaurant can give you pills, surgery, topicals. And if you don't want that, stop getting pissed that you go to the sushi restaurant and the sushi restaurant keeps giving you sushi. Go to an Indian food restaurant. And if you're like me and you don't have the resources to go, if you were like me, I was broke when I started my health journey. If you don't have the resources to go to an Indian food restaurant, go on Spotify, look up podcasts, read books, do your own due diligence to educate yourself. I have this entire page for free. I have so many grocery hauls, so many recipes, so much free, entire playlist of free information because I believe this information should be democratized and available to everyone. And it's up to you, not your doctor's responsibility, but your responsibility to educate yourself on your health condition. It's not your doctor's responsibility in a 10-minute doctor's visit to educate you on the ins and outs of nutrition for your thyroid.